please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home. Ever.
On this episode of Mythbusters,
Can you believe they let me in here?
Adam and Jamie go full throttle with speed camera myths.
123.
They're taking it to the limit to see if there's any way to con the camera and avoid getting a ticket.
You got a ticket, buddy.
Clear.
And Tori, Carrie, and Grant check if there's any truth that defibrillators can explode medical patches.
High explosives and electricity. Woo!
It's a real shocker. With vicious voltage and deadly detonation.
What?
Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage.
Dangerous mind. Middle line.
And Jamie Heineman. Between them, over 30 years special effects experience. Joining them, Tori Belleci.
I miss you, buddy.
Carrie Byron.
Don't try what you're about to see at home.
And Grant Imahara.
I'm pumping as fast as I can.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
We got a whole new batch of Speed Freak myths to test this time.
Yeah, like what?
Well, you remember back in Series 2, we ran through a whole gamut of tests to beat the police speed radar?
I remember it like it was only yesterday.
To beat the speed radar, the team tried every trick and then some.
This is gonna freak them out.
A reverse microwave magnetron, an aluminum foil-firing chaff gun, the stealth bomber matte black makeover, even a fully foil-wrapped caddy.
Foil's been foiled!
None of them were invisible to the radar. All of them were totally
Busted!
I think if you're going to get out of a ticket, short skirts and crying is still the way to go.
But batting your crybaby blues may only work if the law enforcement officer is human. It won't get you anywhere with a clicking cop. But do the pole-perching legal eagles catch all the fast moves? Can a speed camera ever be outstripped? Feeling the need for speed, viewers have sent in 3 mythical ways to beat the camera cop.
The first one is that you could beat the speed camera by driving so fast through it, it doesn't have time to take your picture.
Well, seems pretty straightforward. We get a speed camera, we get a car, and we just drive like heck.
Yeah, we do! Woo!
So, viewer myth number 1. You can beat the speed camera by driving so fast it can't see you? That'd be time to cue the souped-up supercar. But before we go high speed, Adam wants to test the theory in this car.
This is a perfect car for the test because while it may not be the fastest car on the block, it is definitely representative of a totally average American car. If this myth is at all true, it ought to be true for your average car.
Now, if you're worried about Adam and Jamie maxing out a very average car,
This is a pair of 5-point racing harnesses.
you're not alone.
Because we've got to drive it at such high speeds, the insurance company requires we put some safety measures into it, and that's what I'm about to do.
And so is Jamie. But how gas-axing a hole in the rear makes the car safer is anyone's guess.
Once the bumper goes back on it, it'll be fine. Nobody will know. Until they have a crash. I won't tell them.
If this car can go half as fast as it's going in Adam's imagination,
Flip on the afterburner.
it should be able to beat the sound barrier, let alone a speed camera.
And I'm out!
You ready?
I'm totally ready. Let's go.
Let's go beat the speed camera.
Speed cameras work like sonar. They send out radar pulses. The time it takes for the pulse to come back to the sensor registers the speed of the vehicle. If it's over the limit, a signal sent to the camera to take a photo. The myth is, if you can drive faster than the pulses, it won't detect your vehicle.
We got to beat the speed camera. And the only place where we can shoot this is our favorite tarmac at Alameda Naval Base. It's about 1.75 miles of perfectly flat road. It's absolutely ideal for our purposes.
2 men, almost 2 miles of runway, 1 myth, 1 car, and no speed limit. It's just another day in Mythbusters paradise. At least until it's time to meet the speedster's arch enemy, the speed camera, and the mastermind behind it.
Hi, Adam. Good to meet you both.
Adam Teuton's cameras have been the bane of every leadfoot's life since 1987.
Well, over the years, how many tickets have your systems issued?
I'd have to say millions.
With millions of tickets under its belt, will Jamie at full throttle be fast enough to get in under the radar?
As usual, our biggest problem is not doing this particular stunt, but it's dealing with the insurance issues surrounding it. So we're going to have a safety person in the car with me. We're going to have a fire suit on and a helmet, and the whole 9 yards, just in case we blow a tire and spin out and crash and burn and stuff like that.
Jamie, ever the optimist.
Based solely on my intuition and not any practical experience whatsoever, I estimate that we can get this car, or that Jamie can get this car, to just over 100 miles an hour. Is it enough to beat the speed camera? I suspect that it isn't, but I'm curious to find out.
Let's go fast. Jamie's going to put the pedal to the metal while Adam tries to keep up in the safety car. The mustachioed maestro soon leaves Adam in his dust. But did he dust off the speed camera too?
Did you get him?
We got him.
What kind of speed did you get?
100 miles an hour.
100 miles an hour.
There he is.
Not bad. Oh, and you got his license plate too.
Let's see Jamie bat his crybaby blues now.
Well, how'd I do? Ticket or no ticket?
Oh, you got a ticket, you speeding scofflaw. We got you red-handed right here.
One picture says it all. Jamie's been booked fair and square.
Just for me, so we have a data set of more than one, which is always a goal on this show. Let's do it again.
Do I have to?
You do. Go.
How'd I do that time?
No faster.
It's like there's not a whole lot of options here. It's like flat.
I don't know, old man. I mean, maybe you just don't have what it takes.
Them's fighting words, partner. Adam's hat seems to have given the dude some John Wayne too.
In 3, 2, and here we go.
Adam's competitive streak's been triggered. The gauntlet's down, and so is his foot. Will he beat Jamie and the speed camera?
How did I do?
You did exactly the same as I did. For some strange reason. 100 miles an hour. And we got your picture.
We can't call it on the basis of this test alone. We need more power. We need a different car.
We need a real car.
Coming up on Mythbusters,
That goes into your chest?
a shocking investigation. And Adam puts plate blockers up against the wall.
Okay, guys, I got a myth that's really going to shock you because it's about defibrillators.
Okay, that's like in the EMT shows with the clear.
Yeah, but that's only half of it. It's also about nitroglycerin patches.
Nitroglycerin? That's explosive.
It's for heart patients, right?
Yep. The myth is that if you're wearing a nitroglycerin patch and somebody defibrillates you, the patch will explode.
Electricity and explosives are not a good mix. But because nitroglycerin is a powerful medicine as well as a powerful explosive, can get shockingly close. Nitroglycerin patches dilate arteries, increase blood flow, and when placed on the chest, relieve heart pain. But can these patches be detonated by the electricity from a defibrillator? It's true that these machines come with a warning to remove such patches before shocking a patient. But what happens if you don't? Well, first step in this explosive myth from the ER is to get a defibrillator. But already there's a problem.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's going to let us use their defibrillator? I mean, we break everything we touch.
Okay, let's borrow one, we'll characterize it, and then we'll make our own.
When you say we, do you mean you?
Yes.
Now, making a do-it-yourself defibrillator isn't all that hard. All you need is a degree in electrical engineering and a knowledge of just how vicious voltage is.
It's going to be potentially the most lethal thing I've ever built.
Grant's defibrillator will take AC power and boost it to more than 4,000 volts. The high voltage will then be stored in a capacitor, so that when it's triggered, it can instantly dump a heart-jumping charge into the patient's chest.
This thing, if it works, will definitely kill you.
We're making Frankenstein's laboratory.
While Grant deals with the diodes, Tori and Carrie make the electrical ER safer.
We should be safe.
With the ER rubbered up and ready, Grant's cooked up a unique pair of defibrillator paddles.
Check this out. Right. Clear!
What's with the serrated edges? It's a little scary.
Well, normally the heart paddles don't have serrated edges, but this is a homemade defibrillator, so you have to go with what you can get.
Once Grant's defibrillator is up and running, the plan is to unleash it on some nitro patches placed on a torso, made of that Mythbusters favorite, ballistics gel.
Oh, that came out easier than I expected.
But before all that, the team first needs to see if Grant's gizmo works. In theory, it's capable of delivering a bigger shock than you'd get from the third rail of the subway track.
Everybody ready?
More than enough to kill you if you're not careful.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, that was great.
Okay.
That was a good one.
I think it's ready.
That goes into your chest?
So Grant's DIY defibrillator is certainly sparking.
Okay, bring on the body.
But for the explosive tests to be valid, it's crucial that his machine has exactly the same capabilities as this, the defibrillator used in ERs up and down the country.
Ready to put the heart paddles in?
Yeah.
To find out, the team inserts 2 copper heart paddles in the torso's chest, which are hardwired to an oscilloscope.
Are you ready for your test?
It'll register precisely how much juice is jumping. First, from the commercial defibrillator.
Everyone clear?
Clear. Got it.
Did you get it?
Yep. We start testing.
Nice.
The oscilloscope is telling me that it had a peak of 4 millivolts. Now, it's also saying is that the event lasted for 2 microseconds. Do you think I'll get first place in the science fair?
Now they know what they're aiming for. Grant's patty-flipping paddles are attached to the torso to see if his DIY defibrillator can deliver the same result.
This just doesn't look dangerous enough. Should we get some buckets of water to stand in or maybe set off the sprinkler system?
Just put your safety glasses on, Mr. Safety.
Just hope this isn't the before moment.
Oh, we should probably set up the high speed on Carrie.
Now remember,
1,000 volts.
they built their own defibrillator so as not to wreck the real one.
2,500.
But is it safe to use? Now might be a good time for Carrie's family and friends to turn away.
You're at 4,000. Pull the switch. Turn off power supply.
Okay.
Carrie, you ready? Everybody clear?
Can I have your toolbox?
3, 2, 1.
She's alive. She made it.
Okay, you're good. Good
I
job.
was worried for you for a second.
Yeah, I'm sure my mom watches this later. She's going to be like, oh! Not again! We just did the first test with Grant's homemade defibrillator, and to say I was a little bit scared going into it. It looks very Frankenstein-y, and I mean, all the laws of physics said not going to get shocked. I'm holding on to wood, I'm standing on rubber, but can't help the heartbeat going, what if, what if, what if?
The good news is this proves that it does deliver the shock into the ballistics gel body.
Yeah, that's great. How's your heart? Is it still pumping?
Yeah, it's going like...
So Grant's defibrillator has passed. It's as good as the industry standard. It's open season on Speedsters. First there was the squad car, then the radar, and now they've raised the bar with speed cameras. Adam and Jamie have tried to beat it through speed, but until they get a faster car, that myth's on hold. That leaves plenty of time for viewer myth number 2.
Well, next up is a whole set of products which we call plate blockers. These are things that you would put over your license plate that would obscure it only to the camera when it tried to take your picture. Therefore, they don't know who to send the ticket to.
So what, we just go out and drive by him with this stuff over the plate?
Yeah, actually, not so fast. I think I'd like to try some scale tests out on these guys. Put them down in the shop with my digital camera and my flash and see if I can't get the results that they claim here in the shop.
Adam has 5 plate blocking devices in his sights. All claim to somehow prevent the police paparazzi from tracking you down.
First up is this thing, which supposedly has microcrystals to reflect the camera's flash. See what it does? Here I am. Now I'm gone. Oh my God, where did I go? Oh, here I am.
Adam's clearly unimpressed, and reading the small print doesn't help.
The manufacturer and retailer assume no responsibility for any use or application of this product in violation with any applicable law. Before installing this product, please check your state and local laws and regulations. I'll save you some time. It's probably illegal.
Illegal? Maybe. Effective? Let's see.
This is glitter license plate with the flash on.
I don't have any problem reading that. Oh, man. You know, it's funny, but it also makes me really mad. It's ridiculous.
Let's do due diligence on this piece of crap and try it from far away.
The thing is, the microcrystals don't seem to be reflecting much at all.
It's pretty much totally readable. I can see it's trying to reflect a light, but it's not succeeding because I can still read California, June, no doubt. I can still read the license plate.
In this case, all that glitters definitely ain't gold. So what about plastic plate blocker number 2?
Oh, I see what it's doing. I'll eat my hat if this is legal in even one state. Oh, I never so slightly side onto this thing. And it's definitely obscuring a couple of the letters of the license plate. There's no doubt about it. And the fact is, they can't search the database by as many letters as they can see on your license plate. They've got you. In fact, this would me off enough to come and find you.
Don't hold back, Adam. Tell us how you really feel. The other plate blockers also failed to impress. There was regular kitchen plastic wrap.
It is not obscured at all.
A tailor-made commercial spray.
Yeah, it's totally readable.
And run-of-the-mill hairspray.
It's clear as day.
All got the Adam Savage seal of disapproval.
Granted, this is probably not what they're using professionally, so I can't call it busted on the basis of this, but it really doesn't look good.
So for a definitive test, they'll run the plate blockers past the same setup that's used on the streets. The microcrystal glitter plates first up.
Oh! Traffic Police 1, glitter obfuscation technique 0. Next up is the lenticular obfuscation technique.
This lenticular thing
did obfuscate the license plate more than anything else, but I still don't have high hopes that it'll beat our speed camera. You got a ticket, buddy. Time to move on to the next one.
That'd be Mr. Savage's makeup call.
Obviously, Mythbusters brand hairspray is very important to how I look on set and on television.
But although it looked good on Adam, it didn't cut it with the speed camera. And neither did the commercial spray.
Starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, plate blockers, zip. Speed camera, 4.
Make that 5 with the plastic wrap.
Clear as a bell.
Clear as a bell. Cling wrap is busted.
Not a single one of the plate blockers has worked. So it's plate blockers 0, speed cameras 5.
With the plate blockers well and truly busted, the boys are counting down the viewer speed camera myths.
You know, we shot so many myths for this episode that the whole thing about beating a speed camera by changing lanes isn't going to make the final cut.
Really?
Yeah, but it is available online, and you can see it by going to www.discovery.com/Mythbusters.
Later on Mythbusters,
Hey, you guys, we got a little problem here.
why electricity and water don't mix.
That seems really, really, really dangerous.
But next, do speed cameras snap birds?
In a dive, the Peregrine's been clocked at 240 miles an hour.
It's enough to make your hair stand on end. Electricity on its own is lethal. Put it near high explosive, and you're just asking for trouble. But that's exactly what our brave band of Mythbusters are doing.
2, 1.
Nitroglycerin is found in dynamite, but it's also used to treat heart patients. But according to this ER myth, if you hit a nitro patch with an electric shock from a defibrillator, it'll explode. With explosives, electricity, and Mythbusters, it's time to move the whole shebang to the bomb-proof backyard bunker.
It's finally time to start our nitroglycerin patch tests. Now we're going to start with the modern nitroglycerin patches. They're the most common to get. And we're going to use one patch, and we're going to defibrillate our patient here at 200 joules.
With a cataclysmic catastrophe on the cards, they're taking no chances. For this one, the ballistics gel torso and Grant's DIY defibrillator are going to be home alone.
We've taken a few safety precautions so that we can do it remotely. We have our paddles. They are clamped to the bodies, and then Grant has the remote trigger outside of the bunker. So we'll set it all up, charge it, we'll get out of the bunker, set it off remotely. So if there is an explosion, none of us get killed.
Sounds good. The only trouble is it's pouring with rain, and the bunker ain't exactly waterproof.
Hey, you guys, we got a little problem here. What problem?
What's going on?
It's raining on my neon transformer, so it needs it.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, kind of.
You want an umbrella? Oh, geez.
Something.
That seems really, really, really dangerous.
Yeah, it's not entirely safe. In fact, let me unplug this. Okay.
Diagnosing the problem was easy. Fixing it, well, that's a different story.
If it explodes, it's safer than being in a shop.
Pools of water, massive amounts of electricity. I don't see a danger in that at all.
With the deluge finally diverted, Grant's confident it's safe enough to proceed.
Nitroglycerin patch test. 200 joules in 3, 2, 1. I didn't see any explosions. I didn't see any arcing, anything at all.
Now,
We didn't get any explosion at 200 joules. Let's ramp it up to 360. Give it the maximum power.
But cranking the power to the max,
No explosion, guys.
even putting the paddles right on the patch,
It arced, it sparked, it didn't ignite. Well, I think one of the problems here is it's just not going to arc to the plastic. It's just not going to do anything there. And there is an old nitroglycerin patch that has sort of an aluminum in the plastic. Maybe that would arc from the spark.
More conductivity would definitely give it a higher likelihood of arcing.
Should be easy to get a couple of those, no?
Actually, Tori, that's a no. Aluminum-backed nitroglycerin patches were phased out in the 1980s. So, Carrie's making some of her own.
And this is conductive?
That's what I was going to let you find out for me. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, I'm sure that stun gun Tori's using comes with a warning.
That is cool. Look at that.
Something along the lines of, not a toy.
Look at that burning.
Use with caution.
Look, I wrote my name.
Keep out of reach of children.
Oh, Tori, are we going to ever have an episode where you don't hurt yourself?
I didn't think it was going to hurt me. Thought I had that one under control.
Also not under control is the weather.
Oh, great. The water level has risen.
Folks, it goes without saying, never, ever, ever try this at home.
Somebody want to get a 2x4 just in case they need to knock us apart?
Perhaps the least lethal thing to happen now would be if Carrie's homemade foil-back patches exploded.
3, 2, 1. You see a spark or anything?
Nope.
See an explosion?
No.
Just like the modern plastic patches, maximum voltage, foil side up, or foil side down.
No reaction.
Even putting the paddles ridiculously close causes no kaboom.
It arced right over that patch. And I didn't see an explosion.
No explosion.
I don't think that the concentration of the nitroglycerin is high enough to actually get any sort of explosion. I mean, that's it. This myth is going down.
The myth may be going down, but it's not over yet. Because when it comes to the Mythbusters and explosions, no one goes home disappointed.
We're going to blow that nitro patch.
You bet we are, buddy.
Still to come on Mythbusters.
I'm actually picking her up at about 40 miles an hour.
Caught on radar. But do birds trip speed cameras?
They break G meters at like 18 Gs.
And the exploding patches myth calls for drastic surgery.
You played doctor before?
Please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home. Ever.
Adam and Jamie are getting wrapped up in their quest to beat speed camera myths.
Can someone unwrap me? Turn off the camera and help me get out of this thing.
So far, it seems there's no way to get one over on the super-sensitive Speed Slayer. But just how responsive are they? It's time to test viewer myth number 3.
You know, I heard once that those speed cameras are so sensitive that they'll pick up a bird flying past them and take a picture of it.
You know, I hate to play devil's advocate on this, but I can't see it working. I think a bird is just too tiny to be picked up by the radar. We should get some trained birds and fly them through the path.
Okay, and maybe a really fast trained bird.
1, make that 2 really fast birds coming up.
There you go. She's got hat hair this morning, but she'll shake it out.
Meet female falcons Strager and Falstaff, and their master, falconer James Tigan.
People are always asking us how fast they are over the ground. In a dive, the peregrine's been clocked at 240 miles an hour in a dive. They've put G meters on them, and they break G meters at like 18 Gs.
The birds certainly have made Adam and Jamie sit up and take notice, but will the speed camera see them?
I don't think the speed camera is going to pick up the bird.
My guess is based on the practicality of operating a speed camera. When you get the disc out of the camera and you're looking at all the license plates, you don't want a lot of pretty pictures of birds. Something tells me they designed that out of the system and that they don't pick up birds flying.
Well, there's only one sure way to find out.
I think what we'll do is we'll send my associate, Kate, downwind. She'll release the bird. I'll call the bird. We'll do a straight downwind run. She'll come right on marks, hopefully.
Let's do it.
With the speed camera in position and poised to take a picture, Falcon Airways Flight 001 is cleared for takeoff.
I'm actually picking her up at about 40 miles an hour.
Adam's radar is clocking her at 40, and the camera's preset to go off at just 10 miles an hour.
She was going 40 miles an hour. If this could pick her up, that was a good speed to pick her up at.
And it was right down the throat. It was. It should have got it. How'd we do?
Took a picture at 29 miles an hour.
But there's a big difference between Adam's radar speed of 40 and the camera's 29. So what exactly did they take a photo of?
One thing I'm not sure of, was he swinging the bait?
He was. So you might have picked up the bait?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's an easy way to test for that. We could just have him stand farther down, the camera can't see him.
Or we could just have him swing the bait with no bird in the picture.
Or we could try something really simple like that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to go sit in the trailer now.
While Adam eats a slice of humble pie, the others find out if it was the chick that made the camera click.
Faster. Faster.
But even with the bait in full swing, there's still no camera ka-ching.
So it's picking up speeds, but it's not photoing. There's not enough of a signature to give a quality threshold high enough to trigger the camera.
But it seems like the bird absolutely did. Stunning. I love being wrong.
But just to make really sure, Adam wants one more run to clear up the camera conundrum.
I heard the camera go. I think
We got it?
Yeah.
Awesome! Man, 2 for 2 with animals, no less. Oh, man. Amazing.
That's pretty conclusive to me. The speed camera was, in fact, able to pick up a bird. That's good stuff.
That would be myth confirmed.
Let's give the bird a ticket.
At 41 miles an hour, this speedster's just had her first brush with the law.
What we think is we're going to put a license plate on her right about here. It's a little bitty one, you know. If you can see me, you're too close, something like that. You did very good, sweetie.
Stay with us.
Our Jello friend there is going to probably go away.
It's Bombs Away.
What?
And can Adam and Janie finally beat the speed camera? It never pays to monkey around with electricity, especially near explosives. But for Carrie, Tori, and Grant, detonating nitroglycerin medical patches with an electric defibrillator has so far only blown away a lot of time.
Nothing happened.
No explosion.
Shocker.
They want an explosion, and they want it now.
Forget this medicinal nitroglycerin. Let's get the pure stuff, the stuff we all know is explosive. We'll smear that on the body and then try to defibrillate again.
Well, I'm pretty sure no one is going to sell us pure nitroglycerin. I think we're already on all the watch lists. So maybe it's time to call former FBI agent Frank Doyle.
You may remember Frank from such great Mythbusters moments as the case of the exploding trousers, 22,000-foot fall, and the mother of all explosions when Frank totally trashed a truck. Today, Frank's back to help change the Mythbusters script from Mission Impossible to Mission Accomplished.
It's cooking juice.
Access to nitroglycerin is strictly controlled, and it's highly dangerous to transport.
Good stuff, good stuff.
So Frank's brought his buddy James Crippen along to refine a premium blend from another explosive that contains a high proportion of nitroglycerin.
I think our chances are pretty good. We can probably get it to go bang.
Impact's the best way to detonate nitroglycerin. So to see if Frank's batch is up to scratch, the job falls to Grant's automatic hammer.
Ready for this? 3, 2, 1.
That wasn't an explosion.
Hey, we got a puff.
It did sound like a cat.
So did it or didn't it explode?
Okay, hit the target.
Yeah, smells smoky.
Frank's keeping the jury out until he's seen the high speed.
Camera's coming down. And
Yep.
Oh.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Nice work, Frank.
So that's what we were looking for. That
Good juice. Definitely good juice. So Frank's nitroglycerin sure is explosive. But can it be detonated by an electric spark from a defibrillator? The ballistics gel torso is wheeled into place, and once again, the paddles are placed close enough to spark.
You want to put a little drop right at where the two paddles touch?
The team has put just a patch-sized drop of the nitroglycerin oil on the torso's chest. But will this be enough for a boom?
If we got a good arc and a good contact there, should work, theoretically.
So we're hot. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this is 360 joules maximum power. 3, 2, 1.
I saw a spark.
Yeah,
I saw a spark.
I didn't see any smoke.
No explosion.
No.
Now, if concentrated nitroglycerin cannot ignite with the defibrillator, the patches are never going to explode off your chest.
It's not going to happen.
It's just another flash in the pan. If the defibrillator can't detonate this concentrated nitroglycerin, then it'll never detonate a patch. It's myth well and truly busted.
All right, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, there's still a pool of nitroglycerin right where the paddles are touching.
And it's still wet underneath.
And there are absolutely no burn marks. I'm not seeing the carnage from any sort of explosion here. And I think we've replicated all of the circumstances.
So what's left?
Frank?
We need an explosion.
This would be the moment Frank's been waiting for. With the myth busted, it's time to replicate the results. How can a defibrillator cause a kaboom? Well, luckily, Frank came prepared.
We're going to shift over to some real explosive that we know that works. We're not going to use a lot. It won't take a lot, but our Jello friend there is going to probably go away. Well, we're going to do a little chest surgery here. We're going to put the nitroglycerin in there because we want to get rid of the rest of what we have, and then we're going to put some assistance in there, some additional assistance.
For days, they've been dumping high voltage into their dummy. Now, with his liquid lunch of nitroglycerin plus assistance, they might finally turn the torso torpedo.
Okay, we will need everybody to move back for safety reasons now.
3, 2, 1.
That was awesome. Now that's what I expected from those patches.
That's great.
That is an explosion.
The torso has been terminated, and with flying colors.
That is a beautiful thing.
He's looking at his belly.
That is
That's an explosion.
That kind of stirring is what you expect to see when something explodes.
Frank, you did not disappoint us. Thank you. I think we owe you a table, though.
Well, we finally got an explosion.
But it had nothing to do with nitroglycerin.
Yeah, it had everything to do with the bomb squad.
But at least we can say, if the defibrillator did not ignite and create an explosion with highly concentrated nitroglycerin, way more than you'd ever find in any medicinal patch, this myth is totally, totally busted.
It's busted.
Coming right up,
130, 440.
the final speed camera fast car face-off. And Jamie unleashes his secret weapon.
Show me what you got, cheater.
Before the speed camera, those who lived life in the fast lane had the highway patrol to contend with. Nowadays, speedsters find it hard to defy the all-seeing eye. Adam and Jamie have tested all the viewer myths, but there's still one that's not quite done.
I got some great news. The researchers have found us a really fast car, so we're going to have a second go at speed.
Oh, you mean whether or not the speeding car can beat the speed camera?
Exactly.
Awesome.
You'll never guess what Adam's going to ask next.
Can I drive the car?
Of course.
Yes!
In true Mythbusters tradition, Adam and Jamie are going to push the edge of the fast envelope in a go-for-broke speed camera, speed car face-off.
Come to Infineon Raceway, where I think they have something with a lot more grunt that we can put in front of the speed camera and see if we can beat it.
One grunt machine coming up. Yep, believe it or not, somehow Mrs. Savage's little boy Adam has been let loose to pilot a prime piece of auto real estate.
What? Beat the speed camera? What? Oh, right, that's why we're here. Sure.
How are we doing? How's it going?
But to keep us and the car safe, Chief Driving Instructor Mark will be riding shotgun.
You think he can handle driving it? He might be able to. Give it a shot.
Adam hasn't had so much fun since the last full moon.
I'm so ready to go. Let's go.
I don't know, Adam.
Can you believe they let me in here?
No. What's the value of this car?
280?
280. Well,
280. I can work that off.
Well, there's the next 65 years of Adam's life taken care of.
I don't think it's going to work, even with a really fast car.
Jamie remains skeptical, but if anything stands a chance of beating the speed camera, then it's this.
He's a little over 100 miles an hour.
That's not much better than your average auto. Is that all you've got, Adam?
So what do you say? Ticket or no ticket?
Ticket. There's the evidence.
So it is. There he goes again.
But even with Mark urging him on,
118.
it's not enough.
102. He's slowing down by the time we get there.
Adam's running out of road and buttoning off before he gets to the speed camera. Moving it closer to the start line means they can clock him in full flight. It's Adam's last chance. It's do or die.
100. 120. 123.
That's Adam's best yet.
Unbelievable.
But is it enough?
Got him. You're going to have to go faster than that to beat the speed camera. Yeah, go.
With the score running 3-0 to the speed camera, there's only one option left. Adam has to swallow his pride and hand over the reins to a professional driver.
If he can't beat it, it's not going to get beat. 120.
127.
Mark's first run is not much faster than Adam's. So, what do you do?
115. He's going faster. 140.
136. We got a ticket.
Even with a professional propelling it to maximum momentum,
130, 140.
it's still not enough to beat the speed camera.
I don't know. The speed camera, it's like it works on the speed of light. So the car doesn't. The car goes like maybe 200 miles an hour tops. I don't think we're going to beat it.
All that's left to do now is to gently break Adam's heart.
What was our top speed?
The top speed I got was about 140 miles an hour.
That was when Mark was driving?
Yeah.
What was my top speed?
About 120. Maybe 123, I forget.
Well, that settles it, man. If we couldn't beat it with this thing, there's no way you can beat the speed camera, no matter how fast you're going. I mean, you're like under Mach 1.
Yep. I guess it's busted.
Our work here is done. Let's go.
Hey, not so fast. I got a little something. Something.
Really?
Yeah.
Something. There's a lot of secret squirrel going on here.
If I know one thing about Jamie, it's he's going outside the box and probably cheating.
What you got here is a little bit more of a straightforward, no nonsense, no chemicals, no plastic wrap, just basic physics to beat the speed camera.
Get in your card, show me what you got, cheater.
Okay, we all set?
The plate blockers failed. The very average auto failed. Red raw speed failed. In a sea of failure, what can Jamie possibly do to succeed?
Nicely done. Very, very clever. Like I said, I knew he was going to cheat.
So, how did he do it? Well, remember way back when the car was being made safer and Jamie was busy cutting a huge hole, turns out it was to fit the old spy car revolving license plate trick.
This is just an air-powered rotary actuator. You apply air, it flips it.
That is good.
It's got
Nicely done.
Little trigger.
You still get a ticket for that. And actually, I think the ticket for having that on your car is a lot worse than speeding. This one comes with jail time.
What are you going to do?
Nice work, Speedy Gonzales. Let's go home. Make sure you have it on the right plate on the way home.
All right.
Dude, I so totally love driving that fast car. That was awesome.
Yeah, I know you did.
I got the researchers combing every source they can find for more fast car myths for us.
Yeah, well, we're doing a whole episode on viewers-suggested myths, and I bet there are going to be some car ones in there.
That's right. If you've got some fast car myths that we can test, log on to discovery.com/Mythbusters and write down your ideas. We'll be checking in often.
Yeah.